My name is Andres. I'm CEO and co-founder of the Monetizr. We are a game reward engine. We reward gamers for their time and skill as they play video games. So it means to them, so every hour of the gameplay, before it was more emotional appeal. I play the game, I get some satisfaction, and I share with my buddies. Now there's a real life value behind it. So as the gamer is playing video game, we ask him to opt in and to mine cryptocurrencies. So as he's playing, he's earning cryptocurrencies, and then he's able to exchange them in open marketplace, which Monetizr provides, and exchange these tokens to real life goods. So for example, game-related merchandise, sponsored goods, say it's a, I don't know, some game where you can exchange and get a latte sponsored by Starbucks, or you can exchange them to cryptocurrency. So what's important here is Monetizr the gamer doesn't mine Monetizr tokens, but we mine cryptocurrencies with small hash rate, for example, like Monero, and we reward them, these gamers, with Monetizr utility token. So that's a couple of words.
That's interesting. Yeah.
The market which we are going after is the mobile gaming market, which is our primarily focus. But we're looking at AR and VR, and obviously esports, and those are the milestones how will be raising through the security token offering. But what's very important here, we are doing a dual token. A dual token is we issue a security token, which is an investment vehicle for accredited investors from United States to globally. And once we raise the security token offering, we are distributing and releasing this utility. And this utility is planned to release already this summer, because we already have existing product about that in a second. So all the investors, accredited investors who invest in security token, will have 500 utility tokens and will be able to trade them immediately. And what it means maybe for a more general audience, for the gamers or game studios who want to participate, they can participate in this as well. But only in a little bit later on, once we show that markets and large VCs have approved what we do, and then can participate through the exchanges by playing video games, or we will allocate 20% of utility tokens to game studios to qualify to start using our ecosystem. So maybe I'm a little bit further ahead with the questions, but let me know.
Yeah, well, just to take a step back and to make sure that I got this right. So people will be mining other coins, not the Monetizr coin, but they will be rewarded in the Monetizr coin.
Yes, correct. So
okay.
Every hour of the gameplay or achievement or significant milestones inside the games are rewarded with Monetizr tokens.
So not only for mining, but also for playing itself. So how do you determine? Is it based on time or any let's say any level achievements, or how do you determine
two key principles. One is time spent playing the video game, and second is achievements. And as you progress through the gameplay, you can like some small skip, and then you're growing. And all these significant milestones are rewarded for the players. So let's say level 1 is rewarded one token, Monetizr token, MTZ, or level 100 is rewarded with 100 Monetizr tokens.
So how do you decide on how much to reward for the time for playing? How do you decide on that?
Yeah, it's very simple mathematics. So what we know, how much money we can are solving within 1 hour of the gameplay. So as we are giving them, let me rephrase it. As the gamer is playing, 1 hour of the gameplay gives us specific results with the mining. So if we solve the blocks and we see what's the amount we get as a company from the solving the blocks, we see, let's say we make 93 cents from 1 hour of the gameplay, and we split this profit with Game Studio, with Monetizr, and gamer also gets his cut. So
do they mine while they play?
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
So let me explain how the distribution works, and then more about technology.
Okay.
So initially, gamer plays. We see that he played for 1 hour. We earn 93 cents, and let's distribute it. We give some part of the token to the gamers, so they are able to collect them and then store and exchange in marketplace. So, and the second question was about how we are mining. So we're using access power of mobile device. So we have a smart intelligence that monitors CPU and GPU rate of the mobile device while the gamer is playing. First of all, I want to mention that the gamer always opts in, and he always has the right and an opportunity to choose not to mine cryptocurrency if he doesn't want to. So that's very important, and we're very strict about it. So gamer opts in, and we monitor. So let's say it's a solitaire. Solitaire would use 3 to 5% of CPU, GPU power, and we would slightly increase to maybe 45 to 50, somewhere at that range. So this difference of CPU, GPU power is used to mine and solve mathematical equations.
So have you tested that? I mean, if let's say I'm a player and I decide to opt in for mining, how soon will my phone burn out?
Yes. So what you have to do here, and what this intelligence monitors is the device percentage rate, how much battery is left. So if we go below 30%, we don't do mining at all. So we also see, so if it's a solitaire, it's nothing there. But if it's a more actionable game, there's some action going on, and then CPU rate goes up. We don't increase over 50 or 60% in order to not overheat the device. And after 60, 70%, device usage of the battery life significantly goes up. So we are cautious about that. And in this, I'm talking, it's very important. We are supporting the gameplay. We want to reward the gamer for his experience. So it means as he's playing, he has to have this enjoyment. If we are not supporting that, then we're doing a bad job. So our goal is to reward with not like emotional achievements, but also a monetary achievement. So if there's intrusive moments like advertising, if you're playing and you're interrupted, that's bad. That's bad behavior for the game, and gamer doesn't like these kind of interruptions.
Yeah. So have you tested it? I mean, the mobile mining?
Yes. So mobile mining is tested in alpha version. It's not released in public, but we have tested that gamers are, and what we have released with our product. So we have two things. Maybe let me back up. So we have this mobile merchandising, which is already we have for 1 year, and we have 25 game studios who are using this merchandise inside the games. And then with this merchandise, we have proved that this works, and these game studios are willing and adding them to the game, and gamers are actually spending money. We have 10 million monthly active users. We're shipping products to 43 countries already, and we are making revenue as a company. So this solution is already working. It works on Unity, iOS, and Android devices. We also have tested Xbox game and also have tested PC games. It works there as well, but we're still focused on mobile. So with this concept, we have proven and then we are actually seeing a huge market interest to use this merchandise solution. And what we want to do next is to update the solution with this mining piece. Why we're doing this? First of all, every merchandise is more focused on loyal gamers. Everyone who spent at least like 20 hours in the game. So they have spent time and money already, and they're invested into this game. Therefore, they will buy the merchandise. But this is only limited amount of users. So in gaming, they're called whales. It depends from 3 to 5%, maybe even less. So those are the ones who will actually spend money on merchandise because they're already spent on digital items. But everyone else inside the game, they are not spending money that specifically large amount. So what we want to do with everyone else is to increase the lifetime value of those players from the game studio's perspective. The game studio at the end of the day wants to make money off of it and make awesome product. So we're making awesome product with merchandise, rewarding the gamers. They're super satisfied. We receive so many unboxing videos and selfies, and then people treat them as collectibles, and it's very, very unique and like bridging the gap between digital and physical world. And this mining allows this, again, solve this monetization piece. And because those gamers are not buying, they're monetized through advertising, which is not the best experience for the gamer. So that's in a couple of words. And if we talk about when the mining will be released, we will test this out through the summer. We'll acquire more game studios, acquire the customers, and we plan to release the mining piece later this year. But already in summer, we reward gamers with the utility token for achievement.
So what I'm hearing is that it will be tested in the summer, or it will, I got confused here.
Okay, so there are multiple steps in the roadmap. So step one is to release a utility, so it works inside the game. The gamer plays, he earns monetizer tokens, but he will not mine yet. Mining will be added and updated later on in the year. So we estimate somewhere end of the year.
Okay. So you haven't tested it yet, if it works the way it's
we have tested in alpha version, not publicly.
Okay, cool. All right. So let's talk a bit about the ICO stage. And so you're talking about releasing security tokens. Can you share a bit more about that? How many coins you will be releasing, and how did you determine that number? And also maybe explain why did you decide to do it as a security token, and how do you go about with having two tokens?
Okay. So first of all, we've been following this ICO market for a long time. Ourselves, we were monitoring already from last January, but we got more involved in when we went through the Techstars program last year. A lot of mentors and advisors and even investors showed the huge opportunities, what it can build for our company through the blockchain technology. So that's very, very important statement here. We looked at the market, how it's evolving, and we have start preparation process already in September. So we looked at everything that's happened. We didn't want to change our company's registrational structure or go somewhere else. We want to stay as we are as a business and show this as an amazing.
US.
Yes. So we are a United States registered company, C Corp. We didn't want to confuse existing investors. We want to be very transparent, and because we're doing this for the long term, therefore we chose to stay in the United States. And we looked at, okay, what are the most secure ways how to do it? And as we received more and more information from the market, we started thinking that utility token is not correct route through the SAP. As you know, all the comments about it. Therefore, we decided to release two tokens. First of all, and it's once we did it, it makes more sense. Every investor now has opportunity to invest in a security token, which represents a company's equity. So we're tokenizing a small part of company's equity, and investor has this long-term investment into the company. So at the same time, he can be liquidated within 1 year as to regulations, but he holds this long-term investment opportunity into the company, which will benefit him in the company's exit. At the same time, we provide utility, which gives him super immediate liquidity, as the ICO market does. So what we are doing structurally, we are doing Reg B and Reg S offering. That means accredited investors only from United States and from abroad can participate in our offering. We are doing security offering through our partner. This partner website is called Securitize, securitize.io. They did projects like lottery.com, 500 startups. They had a whole batch, 22, releasing security tokens. So those guys are one of the first in the space. So they are doing AML and KYC process to make sure that everyone is our accredited investors. And as we are raising money, all the money goes to the escrow accounts. It doesn't go to the monetizer until we release or receive our milestone. So that's how it's structured. Number of tokens represents $1 represents one security token. So fairly simple. Our goal is to, on a soft cap, raise $5 million, and at maximum hard cap, raise $20 million, which allow us to get into the many other verticals. So with $5 million, we'll be able to have this utility token in place and have this mining in place. So this organizational structure will help a lot. This will also be significant for the initial customer acquisition strategies and marketing activities. But as we go on with the next milestones, as we raise more, we open up new verticals and can be more aggressive with marketing activities and customer acquisition strategies. So I mentioned earlier, AR, VR, esports is other verticals that allow us to go into. Did I answer the question?
Yes, perfectly. So you mentioned that those accredited investors, they will also receive part of the utility tokens. How do you decide on the ratio, or how do you decide how much they get and how soon they can liquidate that?
Okay, so every security token holder will receive one security token will represent 500 utility tokens. Okay. When they can liquidate, as soon as we update our existing SDK with the utility. We estimate it will be this summer already. So once we finish the security token offering, we update it, and it will be listed in the utility tokens already in summer. So it means they can liquidate then. Amount of utility tokens is fairly, very high. It's 50 billion. But why we do this? We use and the value of the token is very, very small. It's like 0.2 cents. Why we want that? It's because as the gamer is playing the game, we give him not 0.000.1 token because I don't want to have this small amount. I'd rather have 1 token or 5 tokens or thousands of tokens. But and this will be used inside the game. So he receives it, so there's no commas and stuff like that. So we are thinking about UI elements here.
So those utility tokens, they will be created based on the amount of security tokens that investors bought?
Yes,
okay.
Correct.
And then will they be created any more of them throughout the mining? No, you will.
No. So it's utility tokens and security tokens are fixed amount. So if we don't, and if we don't sell the hard cap, we burn the remaining security tokens. The same goes represents the same amount in utility tokens. So one half of the utility tokens will be distributed to the investors, for everyone who participates in security offering. Other half is more qualifying game studios, getting advisors, company holds his equities. So that's the second part of the utility token issue.
So if I invest $1 in a security token, and this will create 500 utility tokens for me, and then how much will be that in total?
So how much utility token? So security token total amount will be $20 million as a hard cap, and that's it. So if we don't reach the hard cap, we burn the remaining ones, and the same goes with the utility token. So
what's the equivalent of that?
So utility tokens, we have 50 billion tokens, and half of it will go to the investors. So if we don't receive hard cap, we reduce the amount of utility tokens, but it will stay half of the utility tokens at this point. And more detailed explanation is in our white paper. You can double check it and see.
Yes, we will have a link on the page to that, so people can go into more details and also ask you any follow-up questions.
Yeah. What maybe if we talk about the audience and how to raise a bigger awareness. So utility tokens is an amazing way how to instantly invest in the companies or speculate will they be successful or not. Security tokens allows, first of all, we're governance compliant. We follow the SEC regulations. So it means that companies doing all the necessary activities to make sure we are doing everything legally correct. The company is protected and investors are protected. Obviously, there are some limitations. Only accredited investors can participate. But this gives a huge, first of all, compliance boost. And second, we accomplish the basic principle of getting some large investors approving our business model and approving what we do as a company. So we have a Techstars investors, we have Cox Enterprises, we have 1111 Ventures, already invested in our equity rounds. Now we're talking with more bigger firms right now. I'll be able to announce them later on. But these firms confirm that our business model works, that we have amazing advisors, amazing team, and this token has actual economics behind it, and we're using blockchain technology wisely. So this is like added benefits on top of it.
Yeah. Well, the only thing is that it becomes close to small investors and to the crowd in general, which is.
Yes, very, very great comment, because yeah, you get this sort of credibility, but I would recommend to follow these companies, because in the market, it will shift towards dual tokens. So crowd can also participate. For us, it's super important that gamers give us feedback. They are holders of utility tokens. Game studios are holders of those utility tokens too. So we are building product for them, not for the investors. Investors help us with fundraising, but they are giving us huge, huge feedback. How to use a token? Is it valuable? Like, what kind of products do I have into this marketplace? Should I exchange it to crypto? What's the process? It's a continuous feedback loop from game studios and gamers. So we want them to be in it. Therefore, we release this utility token. They can earn it by playing video games or get them in utility tokens. And actually, we'll be doing some small activities in our Telegram. So if people want, they can go to Telegram, which is t.me/monetizr, monetizer without E at the end, and follow up our updates, and then we'll share a little bit more about how they will earn the utility tokens and how they can be distributed.
Well, as we are coming to a close, would you like to share what are your biggest challenges ahead of you right now, and how do you go about that?
Also, so short term, making sure that this is done. We have 12 customers in our waiting list. One of them is very large AAA studio. Every gamer will know about this game studio, and with a huge game underneath. So as we go done with the security offering, we will onboard all these 12 game studios on board. So we will increase our 25 game portfolio to closer to 40 to 50, and then that's our main mission, like to help these game studios. So that's next big challenge already this summer. If we think about like 3 to 5 year plan or maybe a longer one, it will be very good feedback from AAA studios, Zynga, ZA, Supercell, to receive the feedback how they will adapt blockchain technology. As we're using and working with them together, it will be very important to get approval and credibility from these large players. But we're working on that already. So I hope I'll be able to update everyone by end of the summer.
Cool. All right. Well, thank you very much, Andres, for this conversation. I'm sure it was very interesting for our audience, and we will leave more information about it on the page, and they can follow you and ask more questions and get in touch with you.